안녕하세요. 오늘은 제가 5년 동안 일한 저희 학교에 같이 일하는 동료 교사분들이 저를 어떻게 생각하는지에 대해서 인터뷰를 하려고 해요. 잘 봐주세요, 영상. Today, I'm gonna talk about this and this and this. Hi.
First impressions about Nayoung is that she is funny and silly, but also like super intentional and really deep. And I was really excited to be in her class that year. And then I got the joy to be in her class again this year, which we were really excited about.
You were strong, but you were really gracious with all the new changes of coming to a school that requires so much of us. Remember my first impression I had when you came into your classroom and you just wanted to redo it all and you were annoyed that it had only one window, but then you were able to take that and like find the positives in this new job, and now you have really made your classroom your own, and you've taken something that could have been a negative thing and made it a really positive thing. And I think that kind of is a lot of who you are.
My first impressions was that she takes the art of teaching seriously, something that she wants to improve upon kind of each day. She takes her students' needs and wants to heart, and her desire is that her classroom is a place where her students want to be. It's the same today, 5 years on, as it was the first day, first impressions that I had of her.
Nayoung is kind, she is funny, and she's very relational. She enjoys talking to people and does well with meeting people and making them feel welcomed, and does well with that.
Honestly, Nayoung is a real standout teacher. I work with lots of teachers, and Nayoung is somebody who goes out of her way to connect with her students on a deeper level, not just through their learning, but through things that happen in their lives outside of her classroom. I know, for example, that she even went down to the States to see one of her previous students in a baseball game, and when she comes to drop off her class in my room, I'm a music teacher, she often just stays and hangs out with her class because she wants to see how her kids are doing, and she just wants to be involved in all of their lives, not just what she's teaching them. And they know that, and they know that they're so loved by Nayoung, and it is so remarkable to me that she gives up all this extra time outside of school, and even in school during lunchtime and breaks. She really goes above and beyond to let students know that she sees them.
I am an EA, and I was in Nayoung's class last year, and I would say her biggest strength as a teacher is relating to the kids and being honest, and having them, through honesty, having them trust her and building relationships with the students.
Okay, well, if we had to list them all, we would be here all night. But I have so many things to say about Nayoung, but one of the things that she carries is just so much peace wherever she goes. I just feel like when you come into her room, like it's so, like she has the mood lighting and it's so relaxing and calm. And I really feel like it just brings such a peaceful environment to the class, as well as her teaching skills. I just love how she's so direct in love. Like the things that she says to the kids, at the end of the day, it's because she loves and cares for them so much. And that shows in the way that she teaches. Like when she has to kind of tell a kid off, it's always after, it's always and I tell you this because I love you. And it's always with that approach. And as well as staff, just with always seeking out friendships and to be intentional. I actually just commented a couple weeks ago about how I love the way she teaches PE, because she makes it so fun. Even though PE can be a little bit of a gong show and craziness, I always feel like Nayoung just brings so much joy and fun into all the subjects that she teaches. And yeah, I just think that she has a lot of strengths in teaching, and she was born to be a teacher.
I think that she does a really good job of walking the line of fun but strict, and still in a way that is educational. And that's so cliche to say, but I feel like Nayoung does a really good job of having fun with her students in a way that inspires them, and she's able to expand her students' minds in a way that's different from people who might be first generation or second generation or maybe born here. And I think that her view of the world and her experiences of the world bring her students a lot of joy and bring her students a lot of information about like how the world ticks.
Her desire to constantly just be better at teaching, at reaching her students, at finding different ways for her students to interact with the material they're using, and she's continually looking for something different, something new, something that inspires both her and then therefore her students. Nayoung, being born in Korea and spending a good amount of her time there, but then also spending a good amount of her time growing up here in Canada, actually allows her to understand things from both cultures, but also gives her a unique opportunity to connect with students that are not only Korean, and that's they know that Nayoung's background is different, and whether they are from Africa or from the Middle East or from somewhere that is not a North American culture, they know that Nayoung might feel and know how they feel because she's walked that same road.
I think really plainly, for having such a multicultural school, we have a largely Caucasian staff. So I think very simply for a student to see a teacher that looks like them, that speaks the same language, even if you don't use that language frequently in the classroom, I think kids being able to see someone like them on staff makes a huge impact.
I think in the broadest way, I could say she brings diversity. I think that a lot of our staff are either born here or we're here for a really long time, and she is one of a handful of staff who are able to bring a different perspective because of her upbringing in a different country, and I think that it broadens a lot of other people's minds as well because of that.
Nayoung has a unique ability to be very straightforward, but also in a way that kind of keeps other people's feelings at heart. She might say something that's quite raw and stripped back, but it's taken well by others because through all the other things that Nayoung does, she cares for them. So it's always from a place of love and betterment, and I think that's uniquely cultural.
I love working with Nayoung. When I retire, I will truly miss her very much.
I absolutely loved working in Nayoung's class. It was just a very welcoming classroom. She is great at making everybody that comes into her class feel very welcome and loved and valued. And that was a very good year last year.
Thank you for answering those questions. By the way, how do you know Nayoung?
I am